When you're young, when you're restless, when you're fun, cause you're desperate. Oh, here they come for a chance, for adventure. What's your poison? What's your pleasure? Oh, my city, she never sleeps. My city, she never weeps. My city, she keeps me alive. Give it up for my city, oh, oh. Give it up for my city, oh, oh. Give it up for my city, oh, 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 oh. Give it up. My city, my city. My city, my city. Where do you go when your heart with a fever? When she's cruel, but you won't leave her. Oh, here we are, all the freaks and believers, all the sweet neon dreamers. Oh, my city. She never sleeps. My city, she never weeps. My city, she keeps me alive. Give it up for my city, oh, oh. Give it up for my city, oh, oh. Give it up for my city, oh, 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 oh. Give it up. My city, my city. My city, my city.
What's the story, NXT fans? Tonight's topics on the Wrestle Story include...
Riddle versus Dain, part 568.
Dakota Kai Returns.
And Kushida's partners were who?
All that and more. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Wrestle Story. We discuss all things wrestling, the legends of the past, the superstars of the present, and the trailblazers of the future. We stream every Monday after Raw, every Tuesday after SmackDown, every Wednesday after NXT. And we might end our show 10 minutes early, just like NXT. No, I'm kidding, Scott.
No, I don't.
I don't know. Why do they do that? I don't understand.
Don't
it's your
schedule
own...
it for an hour on your own network if you were going to end it 10 minutes early. Like, that just seems dumb to me.
Keith Lee's a big dude.
And Keith
And to be
Lee
doing the stuff he's
has
doing
the
is
best
like
moonsault
crazy.
in wrestling. I can't argue with that. Hello, Scott. Hello, James.
Yes, hello,
How's it going?
James.
Glad
Glad Dakota
Dakota
is
Kai
back
is
with a vengeance. Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad she's back, too. I thought tonight was...
Now if they would just stretch the show out to last an hour. Well, 2 hours.
That'd be great. So, I think tonight's show was, like, pretty good.
So, here, hang on. I have a thought on the 10-minute early ending thing. The flip-flopper James. You know, they've been doing this. It seems like for the longest time that they had NXT being a full 2 hours.
Bro, you want to scooch over just a
And
bit?
then
You're like in
when-
the dark. You're like...
Sorry. And then when they announced that they were going to USA Network.
You mean a full hour? It used to be a full hour, not a full 2 hours.
Or a full hour, sorry. They'd have a full hour of NXT.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they announced that they were going to, or getting, you know, about the time they announced they were going to, well, I understand that.
The lack of
And I
commercials.
wonder, because it was a full hour. It used to be like a full hour.
It
and
would
then
go right up to the last minute.
About, you know, when they decided they were going to go to USA Network, it seems like it would always end 10 to 15 minutes early.
Which I think is stupid. It's dumb.
And so that's been going on now for,
You're wasting 15
a month or two.
10, 15 minutes of your show that you could have something go down.
Yeah, it's like another match.
Exactly. And I don't know.
I mean, is it just me, or is that kind of what they've been doing?
I don't know. Dakota is
First
the
female New Zealand wrestler in WWE, a little bit of history. Yes.
About Dakota. That's cool. Yeah, so I think tonight was good. I thought it was decent. I think they're still going to have to step up their game for next week.
Yeah, definitely.
Next week, they have some big matches set for AEW. Now, they do have some big matches set for NXT.
Yeah.
So, but I still think they're going to have to make it bigger.
I would agree.
Because as it stands right now, it's not big enough.
No.
So, they're going to have to do something.
And they can't end 10 minutes early.
No. They can't.
Commercials or no commercials.
And, well,
they have too many
keep
commercials
saying,
the way it is, as far as I'm concerned.
They said that they said while they were on this week that next week it's going to be the full 2 hours on USA with very little commercials. It's going to be, like, uninterrupted. Like, they're going to have as little commercials as they possibly can.
Well, they need to, because
I read somewhere something about Fox saying that they might want to they might just, like, not put commercials on during SmackDown.
it makes sense.
I saw Fox, or I saw somebody somewhere report that. I don't remember who it was. But I saw somebody talk about that Fox had, like, talked about wanting to do no commercials for SmackDown.
Well, I think it makes sense to do that.
Yeah.
So, first off, we're going to talk about NXT UK.
Which, again, this week, it was kind of not great. It was a doozy. There wasn't really a lot happening, and it wasn't super interesting.
Well, I think one of the issues you have is a lot of your stars are not at NXT and doing stuff actually in NXT.
Yeah, I guess so, but it wasn't great this week again.
No.
And I'm just kind of like I didn't really want to watch NXT UK this week because the last couple weeks have been like blah. You know, and that generally doesn't happen.
No, but I think that having, your big stars not there
doesn't help.
No.
Yeah. So, anyways, we start off with Oliver Carter versus Ligero. Oliver Carter has had, like, 2 matches or 3 matches, and he's lost, like, every single one of them.
Yes.
Like, and he just debuted. What are they doing with him?
Destroying him.
He's lost.
They're getting him over.
About 1 million times. To multiple different people, and I don't get it.
No.
Like, why do you have him debut just to have him lose?
What?
Like, every match he has.
I don't know, but,
get it.
It seems like you'd want to push him a little bit.
Keith Lee and Daisuke
Definitely
never
Export.
failed to create magic.
How you doing?
I agree. Yes. How's it going, Export? So I don't know what they're doing with Oliver Carter. He got beat again tonight by Ligero. It just makes no sense to me. Why have the guy debut in the first place? Why even have him on your show if he's just going to get beat and be glorified like jobber?
Maybe he's just a jobber.
I don't know.
Could be what they're doing is just making him a jobber.
Which is stupid.
Yeah.
And I don't get it.
Yeah,
So, after that, we got a Walter PC video. He was at the Performance Center in the NXT UK Performance Center. And he was, just yelling at people. So, that was fun. After that, we got Tyler Bate, who comes out, talks about TakeOver Cardiff. He says that he is far from finished with NXT UK. And that, this and that about Walter and how I didn't beat him. Doesn't mean I won't beat him. Doesn't mean I'm going anywhere.
Yeah.
So then Jordan Devlin interrupts him and talks about how Tyler failed and how he is 10 times better than him, and everybody knows it, that he's going to be the one to beat Walter and that he's great. And Tyler's not.
Yeah.
So, we have that. After that, we got a Tegan Knox injury video talking about when she was injured and, how that all went down, kind of happened and stuff. Then we got Nina Samuels versus Danny Luna. We all knew Nina Samuels was winning this match.
Yeah.
Pretty safe bet, and she did. It was, like, decent. I mean, again, I didn't really care.
No, again, I think it wasn't I think one of the issues you don't have a big star on there.
No, they're trying to build Nina Samuels into a big star.
Well, I think
Like, I just don't see it, though.
sometimes you
I don't
need
really
a
like-
big star
like-
to help them get over.
I don't really like her character very much. I mean, I get what her character is. I just don't like it. And I don't know if it necessarily fits her. You know?
Yeah.
And so I don't know. There's kind of a disconnect
Yeah.
with her.
Hope
so-
Dakota gets an NXT women's title opportunity. Me personally, she deserves it. I'll talk about that when we get to her segment.
So after that, we got Noam Dar versus Trent Seven. And Noam Dar gets the win by disqualification. Because Trent Seven will not let him go, won't stop beating him up.
Yes.
So,
Kind of a boring UK, I thought.
pretty much.
They could have done a little more with it. But
Also-
again, like I said, a lot of their stars are not there, so...
Two other things. One, when watching it, the audio and the video was not lined up at all.
No.
There was a disconnect. Like,
It's like watching a Japanese movie.
yeah, kind of. The video was way, like, faster than the audio.
Yeah.
Or the audio was slower than the video. I don't know. But they were not right
No, they weren't.
at all. Second thing, NXT UK is moving to Thursdays starting next week.
Yes.
So, there will be wrestling on Thursdays.
Yes.
So, we will have to have a show on Thursdays.
Well, we'll figure something out. We'll do something.
Yeah. Because I don't know how we're going to work that schedule yet. We'll have to figure it
We'll
out.
have to do something.
We'll have a couple days to sort it all out because then, next week it's busy, crazy.
Yeah.
We have a million different shows. AEW starts next week.
Yep.
Fox, Friday, SmackDown.
NXT's going to 2 hours.
NXT's full 2 hours on USA.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. NXT UK is moving. So, it's a lot of stuff. So we'll figure out the schedule and let you guys know.
Then we have the NXT
Show.
show.
So we start the show with Keith Lee versus Dominic Dijakovic. This was excellent. This is a smart move. Really great match. I was interested in the whole thing. And I was like, I was into it.
Yeah, they put on a good match.
It was very, very good.
I mean, every time they've wrestled, it's been a good match.
It really has. And I really, really like these two. They have really good chemistry in the ring.
Yeah.
And they have not failed to put on a good match thus far.
No.
So, I like it. I like them. They're cool. Lots of high-risk kind of maneuvery business from both parts, actually. They are both two bigger dudes.
Well, that's what's amazing is
On different ends of the
they're
spectrum.
doing
One of them is like a bigger guy, and the other
for
one
as
is
big
like
as
tall.
they are is pretty amazing.
Uh-huh. And the things that they do is like crazy.
Yeah.
Because you don't see... Morrow said it like perfectly, where he was like, these are like two big freaking dudes, and they are doing cruiserweight things.
Yeah.
Things that the cruiserweights are doing. And like okay, what? Like, excellent match.
Yeah, definitely.
They are
Good
both
match.
really, really good in the ring, and I hope they push both of them for titles.
Well, I think you need to keep both of them
sometime
out
down
there
the line.
because of their abilities.
I think this is probably one of those matches that I would never get tired of seeing.
No. And but the bad
Because
thing about it
they're
is because they
so
are big guys
good.
with the stuff they're doing, they're probably more susceptible to injury.
Uh-huh.
So, and hopefully that doesn't, come back to bite them because they do just like outstanding moves. And,
Bro, Keith Lee's moonsault is like
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's like
Yes.
so great.
Definitely.
So, Keith Lee ends up getting the win. I think this was a good move.
Yeah.
Good, smart move. Dijakovic won the last one, I believe.
Yeah.
So, again, they kind of just evened the playing field, but I think it was good.
Canadian Destroyer was insane.
It really was,
Yes.
bro, off the top rope, and Keith Lee's head was like, spike, and I was like, ah! At first, I thought they were going to do Spanish Fly. That's what I thought. That's what I think Keith Lee was setting up for. And then Dijakovic got back up and was like, nope, not today. And then he hit the Canadian Destroyer, and it was like, whew.
Yeah.
It was
That's what I said. Is
so good. Either move is, like, devastating. Like, it looks horrific.
Yeah.
In a good way. But, like, oh, it's just... Round of applause to them.
Yeah, definitely.
They do crazy stuff. They put their bodies on the line, like, every time both of them go in the ring because they're doing crazy, crazy things.
Oh, no doubt about it.
For dudes their size.
But they're awesome at what they do, so...
They are.
Hopefully they just stay healthy.
Hopefully.
Then we get a Street Profits video.
Yeah, this is just kind of talking about... Sorry, guys. My pin is falling out of my head. If RIddle wins next week...
Yeah, that would be funny,
and
wouldn't
then
it?
Union Jericho is the champion. Yeah, AEW. Imagine that Smack Talk. Oh, boy. Wouldn't that be something? Maybe that's what Hunter's like, let's do it. I hope not. I really hope not, because I don't want to see Matt Riddle as NXT champion. I personally just don't.
Well, I think they need to keep it on Undisputed Era.
I will hold off on my Matt Riddle comments for a minute. For just a minute.
Twitter is going to be interesting if that happens.
That happens.
Oh, definitely.
For sure. So yeah, the Street Profits video was them just talking about, like, when they go to fight and the dude Undisputed Era next week.
I bet Matt Riddle doesn't lose his belt. Just saying.
So after that, we got Dakota Kai in her return versus Tainara Conchi. They dropped her last name. I don't care. I'm still calling her that. They're calling her Tainara now. I don't care. That's not her name. So, Dakota Kai, she comes out. She's kind of like crying. She was all like tear-eyed before she even came out.
This is the one thing I said is
Team Kick. Yeah.
I would like to see her pushed, but the emotional part of things, we'll have to see how things hold up here. I'm sure she'll get better. And
I'm going to give it a slide for tonight just because it is the first time that she's been back in the ring, like, since, like, December of last year or whatever it was when she tore her ACL. So I'm going to give her a pass for tonight, but she was totally emotional. She was crying, like, before she even got out there. Like, the crowd was into her. They were glad that she was back. The match was okay. I don't know if that was necessarily the best showing for her. Being her first match
but again,
back,
I think
it was something easy.
Being like
it was
out
like
in front of everybody, I think it makes a huge difference.
Yeah. And it's on live TV.
And I mean, you can
like
practice.
That's like totally different than like
well,
anything
because
she had ever done before.
You know, all the eyes are on you.
Yeah, that too.
And anybody that's watching, NXT.
This is her first match back.
It's not just the network fans that are watching her.
No, exactly.
It's
not
like
just her first match back that was pre-taped and put on the network. It's like her first match live, and if she, it's her first time
I think she's
back.
going to be emotional anyway just because of the comeback.
Yeah.
Question for everyone. Who has the best fans? Or Sasha? I tell you who, it's Becky. Sasha fans are straight up
Becky or Sasha is what I'm assuming. Becky or Sasha, I'll say it's Becky.
James doesn't
Sasha
even have to say Becky. We know who he's talking about.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Sasha fans are
I don't think Sasha has a lot of fans right now.
I think Sasha fans are kind of like, they're stans. Man, they're stans.
Yeah.
Super fans. Stans. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Sasha and Alexa fans are two of the worst.
Pretty much.
Alexa fans are pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like.
So then we get the announcement next week, Street Profits.
Oh, yeah, Dakota Kai won that.
Oh, yeah.
I think everybody assumed she won that because...
Both are weird.
I don't know. I think the Becky fan base is like, they're all like nice people. I don't have any issues with them.
By the way, if you just joined the chat, go ahead and, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button so you know when we go live. Yeah. And join us in the chat.
Yeah, no, but anyways, Dakota, Tainara, I think it was a good match, but I don't think it was the best showing for her. I think it was something easy for her first match back, and I think maybe it should have been a little more, like, I don't know, difficult. You know what I mean?
No, I think it was.
But
good.
I'm not going to pick on it too
I
much
think
just
it's
because
cool
it is
what
her
they
first
did.
match back.
Yeah.
I'm, like, fine with it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, it was kind of an easy, like,
Was.
we all knew who was winning.
Yeah, but I think it's one of those things you had to do. Then we get next week Street Profits versus Undisputed Era.
For the tag titles.
Yes, which we already knew about. Then we get next week Shayna versus Candice, which we knew about.
I'm not Weird Export. I stand with the man till the day I die.
Like Export said, they're both a little weird.
Yeah, so Shayna and Candice for the women's title. I'm also going to talk about that in a little bit. Kind of after we're done recapping. Because I have a couple things.
So then we have
a couple things I need to say.
What was the main event on the USA Network?
First hour. This is Killian Dain versus Matt Riddle in a street fight, part 586.
I wasn't impressed with the match.
I wasn't either. I really didn't care.
I didn't feel that the fans were impressed with the match.
Again, I didn't really care. We've seen this match 586 or 68 times. I don't remember what I said. One of the two. We've seen it over 500 times.
So I guess Maven is... Yes, I already knew that, James.
Yes, I am weird. I won't deny that. I'm weird. Weird is cool.
It
picked up at the end.
I live with her. I know how weird she is.
Yeah, it picked up a little bit towards the end. Okay, so like the whole like first part of the match, I was like, this is a street fight? I thought this was a street fight. Did I hear that wrong? Because this is supposed to be a street fight.
Yeah, it was like...
There was no street fight in the first part of the match. They get to the end, and they're going all across the building, and I'm like, okay, where was the street fight in the beginning? There was no street fight.
Yeah.
Made no sense to me.
No.
I don't like the fact that this was for a title opportunity.
No.
It was a match nobody cared about to begin with. So, like, I don't know. I'll just be glad. I hope this is the end of the Matt Riddle Killian Dain feud.
It has to be, doesn't it?
I would hope so. Because I really don't want to see any more of it.
No.
Like, I don't know.
It's time to move on.
It is. Very much so. We've seen them have a million matches, a million encounters where they're attacking each other, fighting each other. They all just mesh together. And I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
I did like the way they ended it, where they had Adam Cole come out.
I did too. Sorry.
I thought that was cool.
I need to adjust the light. It's blinding me. Okay, that's better.
So,
I'm not
but yeah, I
shiny.
mean, overall, I wasn't really impressed with the match.
I wasn't either.
And even when it became the street fight, I wasn't like super
No.
impressed. I just posted new footage of WWE QK20 on my Twitter feed. Cool. I will check that out, James.
Cool. So Matt Riddle, guys, I said a little bit ago that I had some things to say about Matt Riddle. I'm beginning to
Get bored by him?
not care.
Yeah. Glad Riddle won, though.
Same.
Well, I'm glad he won. It's just, I'm like...
I, too, am glad he won and Killian Dain didn't because I don't think Killian Dain versus The Fiend invaded NXT tonight, kind of. You know, the funny thing is like, my mom was in the kitchen and you were in the kitchen and you were like, the Fiend, the Firefly Funhouse thing came up for the Hell in a Cell commercial.
Yeah.
And you were like, what is this? And I was like, guys.
Hello, Matt.
Yeah, hi, Matt. How's it going? They were like, the Firefly Funhouse. My mom was like, what is this? And you were like, what is this? And I was like, don't get excited, guys. It's just a Hell in a Cell commercial.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh.
I was like, yes, the Fiend.
I thought Firefly Funhouse was on NXT too. Ugh.
I thought he was going to, do something, and then he didn't.
And then I burst their bubble and was like, no, it's just a Hell in a Cell ad.
Yeah.
Like, it's an
Then
ad
I was
for Hell in a
angry,
Cell.
and I started throwing things.
So, yeah.
Kidding. I wasn't throwing things.
No, you weren't.
I was kicking them.
But that was it.
Okay, kidding about that, too. Matt Riddle isn't winning the title yet. Not time. Matt Riddle should not win the title because he's kind of boring right now.
Yeah. Okay, so anyways, back to my point. Matt Riddle, I'm beginning to not care for him. 2 reasons, okay? He's just kind of boring in the ring at this point. His character's kind of boring at this point. And he seems like kind of a jerkwad outside of TV.
Yeah. So,
I don't know.
Kind of. I think there's more than kind of to it.
I think it's more of he is a jerkwad outside of TV. So, I don't...
Yes, that'll be cool.
I just, like, I don't know. He doesn't, like, vibe
Export
with
is
me.
wooing us.
He doesn't, like,
Or
vibe
maybe,
with me
maybe he's
anymore.
wooing us. Ciampa should be the only one who should beat Adam Cole. End of story. Yes,
That's why
I
I
agree.
think putting Killian Dain in this position, if you were to give him the title match, he's not going to win. And then I don't know if you could look at him the same after that because he got beat by Adam Cole. And almost in my mind, he has to beat Adam. He's like a big dude. And so in my mind, I would think he would beat Adam.
Okay.
If it wasn't for a championship.
Okay.
I think he would beat Adam.
Maybe.
Now, since it would be for the championship, I don't think they would do that solely because they don't want to take the belt off of Cole right now.
Yeah.
So I think not putting him in that match is better than putting him in.
Yeah.
So I'm glad Killian Dain didn't win because I feel like that would kind of kill
Well,
him,
I think it
tarnish
hurts it,
him.
but I mean, it's,
Hurts him. That's the word.
I don't know.
I think it would hurt him in the long run. So putting Matt Riddle in, it really doesn't care.
I see why Dain lost because Dain is a heel. Yeah, I mean, like I said,
I don't care.
There's a fine line.
I don't care if
heels
he's a heel or face. I don't care if Matt Riddle's a heel or face. I just think at this point, Killian Dain didn't need to win the match, and he doesn't need to go for the NXT Championship right now.
Cole Ciampa at War Games will be a good match.
Yeah, I agree.
As long as Ciampa comes back healthy and everything, and I know that, you know, he's more than likely going to come back healthy and ready to go. I really appreciate Morrow trying to remind people that Wolf was a member of Sanity, something WWE will never do with Eric Young and Nikki Cross on the main roster. Yes,
First off, Eric Young has to get on TV.
Yeah.
He has to get on TV first
Yeah.
for them to mention anything about Sanity. Now, Nikki's on TV every week, but I don't think they're ever going to mention that again.
No, they won't.
But Eric Young has to be on TV first for them to even mention him
Yeah,
at
I
all.
would say so too.
So, yeah, I'm losing, like, I just don't really like Matt
Ads are
Riddle.
going to be limited next week. That should be good. Yes, definitely, because this week, again, I'm just, like, there's too many commercials. Just in general, there's too many commercials.
Yeah. So, anyways.
There's way too much stoppage, and I think that's part of what's, you know, kind of, I mean, besides storylines and things like that, it's kind of what turns people off from watching wrestling is just all the ads.
Yeah.
Killian, and there's ways to do it. They could put the ad, like, split screen or put it up in the corners, you know, run ads throughout the matches, like, kind of like they do with soccer and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Killian Dain will be future NXT champion. Yes, probably. I miss Dain, old gear, to be honest. Yes.
Yeah, moral of the story, I'm beginning to not like Matt Riddle.
Yeah. Eric should just go back to Impact. Just as well. I think there could be a lot of people that want to leave after the contract's up.
But they won't be able to because, you know, Vince is going to add
Matt
an
likes
extra.
Dane's new gear. So we have one that wants the old gear, one that wants the new gear.
Some that, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah, I don't know where you're going with that either.
I don't either. So, after that, we go to the second hour and the NXT. And actually, hold on.
On the network.
Yeah,
Both
on
Wolf
the
and Dain are
network.
trying to separate themselves from Sanity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
So, anyways, Adam Cole comes out, he talks smack, and then gets his arm nearly ripped off by Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
And then we go to the second hour.
Yeah, we forgot to mention that. I mentioned that Adam Cole came out, but we forgot to,
Tell that he almost
talk about what happened.
got his arm
I
ripped
thought
off.
that part was cool.
I did too. I thought it was, good.
Because I like the way he came out running his mouth, and then Riddle, like,
Was like, not today, homie.
yeah.
break your arm in half.
That's the one thing I liked about this match.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So then on the second hour, we started off with Rhea Ripley versus Kaden Carter, FKA Lacey Lane.
No, Nikki Cross just thinks she's insane. Has nothing to do with sanity. She just thinks she's insane.
No, so the name change strikes again. Kaden Carter, who used to be Lacey Lane, she has a new name. Kaden Carter. I said that backwards. Lacey Lane has a new name. Kaden Carter. That's where I was going with this.
Apparently they can't have too many Lacey's in WWE.
I suppose not. I just don't like...
I was more of thinking of her doing an entrance still.
The entrance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. She's just insane. And she has to, like, do that entrance because of her, sanity. Oh.
You're so funny. So anyways, Kaden Carter, Lacey Lane, they're the same person, just different names.
Or are they?
Or are they? I don't know why. My mom was sitting at the table and she was like, the only logical reason I could think of is maybe they're going to send Lacey back to NXT and they don't want to have two Laceys. And I was like, maybe.
Yes, we did mention that, Matt.
Maybe not.
The NXT UK will be moving to Thursday starting next week.
Like, makes sense, but like, I don't think they're going to send Lacey back to NXT.
Yeah.
Just because I think they're going to keep Lacey on the main roster.
We'll see what happens in the draft and see what they do with it.
If anything, I feel like she might, I don't know, move to SmackDown.
So here's a question. Because I know they have to tape NXT UK earlier on because of time and everything. Do you think they'll cover that in the 7 o'clock, the time slot that NXT is in right now? Do you think they'll run that during that time?
I don't know. It said on the thing what times. Let me look.
Because I haven't
The
seen...
first showing of it, I believe, is at 3 p.m.
Well, that's what I figured because...
Or 2 p.m. our time.
So it's basically...
The first showing will be...
And then 8 o'clock.
2 p.m. Well, that's 8 p.m. British Standard Time.
Yeah.
Because where NXT is right now...
Oh, that's for them. Okay, I got it.
Yeah. So it'll still be on... The first showing will still be at 2 o'clock our time. But then they'll probably do a rerun of it during the time frame of where NXT would be on.
And see, that's what I wondered, is if they would do the replay at 7.
Probably. I would assume.
And then they have Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday evening stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would assume so. I don't
I
think
know
much
why
is
they're
going to
doing
change
limited
there.
commercials. They want to make sure you aren't watching AEW.
Well, guess what, bub? We're going to watch both. The shows are
They're
going to
have
overlap.
to do it if they don't
The
want people
shows
to
are going
switch
to
over.
overlap by an hour, so we're going to have to watch both of them.
Yeah, I mean,
At the same time.
I think they're.
I don't know how that's going to work.
They're gonna have to do something to make sure that people aren't flipping over.
Like, I really have no clue how
Like
that's going to
anybody,
work.
it makes any difference because people are gonna flip over anyway.
Because it's new.
Yeah.
Well, except for the British people, because they can't watch AEW.
Unless they pay for it.
Unless they pay for it.
Yeah.
And it's after it's live.
Yeah.
They can't watch it when it's live.
Yes.
They have to watch it after the fact, which is stupid. And I saw a lot of people weren't happy about that.
Yeah.
After AEW ran their mouths about how they're British, they're like, European TV deal was going to be better than WWE's.
Yeah.
And it's not. So... I'm going to be honest, outside of the Pac and Paige and Moxley's AEW return, AEW's card is lackluster for their TNT debut. I haven't looked at it completely. I know it's like, to me it seems pretty stacked, like, Paige and Pac is like a big match. I can look that up real quick.
So anyway, Rhea Ripley against Kaden Carter. Rhea gets the win. Kind of expected there.
Yeah.
Then we get NXT is doing a mini takeover. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. I think they have to, though, to try and draw eyes.
Well, the card right now as it stands, AEW, Cody Rhodes versus Sammy Guevara, the AEW Women's Championship match, Nyla Rose versus Riho the Kenny Omega and Young Bucks versus Chris Jericho and 2 mystery partners. Hangman Page versus Pac, and then MJF versus Brandon Cutler. What else to expect in AEW Dynamite debut? John Moxley will be there. Potential surprise debuts to draw some buzz. Like, you know. We'll see how it goes. I think they're also going to have to do something big.
Yeah.
I think they're both going to have to.
I feel bad they left Rhea out of the 4-way last week. Yes.
Agreed?
Yeah, I would agree.
But I'm okay that she's not getting a title shot.
Well, at least for now.
Well, yeah, at least for now.
So then we have Lorcan and Birch versus Everrise.
Yeah, that's the tag team of whatever his name, Matt Martel, and I can't think of the other guy's name.
Yeah.
It's
Rick
slipping my
Martel's
mind.
son.
No, he's not.
Let's just pretend.
Okay, but he's not.
Let's pretend.
He's really not, guys. But we can pretend. But he's really not.
Yeah.
I think they even said on commentary he's not.
I don't care.
I'm pretty sure Mara did.
See, he had to mention it because people were thinking it.
Exactly.
Exactly. Because I said something about it, like when I saw him, was it last week?
I know.
2 weeks ago? I think Candice is winning the title, so her and Io confused.
Hold up, Matt. Shh. We're not talking about that yet. I have things to say.
Good job, Matt. You messed up.
I have things to say on that, and we're going to do that at the end. Matt. Come on, dude. Get with the program. No. Anyways. Larkin and Birch get the win. They've got an excellent theme song.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's excellent.
Yeah.
Like, it's very catchy. Makes you want to sing it. The
I
whole
was
crowd
hoping Rick
does.
Martel's son would win.
No, I wasn't. So, there was a point in the match where, like, did I steal your prediction?
They'll come out wearing...
Kind of.
They'll come out
Kind of
wearing
stole
pink
my
next
prediction.
week.
Kind of, sort of. The second part of it, where she confused with Io, no, that wasn't part of my prediction. But her winning the title, yes.
So if she does that, are they going to move Shayna up?
I would assume so, yes, probably. Because I don't think they need her on NXT. I think the main roster needs her more.
Name change.
Name
Question
change.
mark?
Name change who?
Are we talking about for Candice?
Oh, Everrise.
Oh. Oh, I got you.
Yeah, they were just Chris something, I think.
Yeah, because I think they just said their names.
What is his name? Chris. I think it's Chris. Watch, now I'm going to be completely wrong. And it's not going to be Chris anything.
And Rick Martel's son.
Matt Martel. NXT. Chase.
Not Chris.
Not Chris.
Come on.
Chase Parker. It was close. Oh, whatever. Anyways, Matt Martel and Chase Parker.
I'll just remember him as Peter Parker and Rick Martel's son. King Cutter isn't really that good of a name.
No.
No.
It's not.
I don't think so either.
And I don't
But the
understand
Io
why
feud
they
ain't
changed
over.
it.
I mean, how is Io going to beat Candice clean and then Candice get the title match, win, and then not face Io? Yes, I would agree.
Then I would foresee Candice being the shortest NXT Women's Champion in the history of NXT Women's Champions.
I would agree with that.
She's going to hold the title for a very short amount of time.
3.2 seconds.
And then Io's going to come out and beat her.
Yes.
And Io will become
Beat her down.
the new NXT Women's Champion.
Yes.
They're going to do they're going to do Candice dirty.
Yes.
That's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
They're going to do her dirty.
Yeah.
And the people, Candice fans aren't going to like it. But that's the way it is.
I would agree.
Io's winning the title.
I would agree.
She's not going to beat Shayna, but she will beat Candice.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie is the shortest women's champion.
Candice might be.
Like, literally, she is the shortest women's champion ever. Shorty
Short
joke
joke.
there.
At least Kyrie won the title. Jeez. Good grief. I don't know, man, but she will be the shortest.
Yeah.
She will be the
I don't think it'll last very long.
shortest reign in history.
No.
How long was Kyrie's reign? Does anybody know?
3 days.
No, it was longer than that.
A week.
No, it was longer than that.
2 weeks.
No, it was longer than
3 weeks.
that. Who is...
I don't know.
I don't know. Who's the shortest reigning women's champion and the longest reigning women's champion?
So Lorcan and... Did we say Lorcan and Burch got the win?
Yeah, they got the win.
Okay.
There was a point in the match where Danny Burch, he stood up and he, like, screamed. And Oni Lurkin was, like, laying down. Like, he was, like, beat down at ringside. And he just, like, stood up and just turned into a maniac.
Yeah.
It was great. I love them together. I really, 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 really like them as a tag team.
Well, I think
okay?
they're really good.
At
Definitely.
first, when I first started watching NXT, I didn't like them.
Yeah, they're
When
really
they
good.
first showed up, I didn't like them.
Asuka is the longest reigning champion, 500 plus days.
Yeah, I don't think
That's
anybody's beating that.
No,
Not at all.
not anytime soon anyway.
No.
Not for another 500 days.
Yeah. That's over a year.
Yeah,
That's over like 2 years.
it's a year and a half.
It's a year and a half?
Yeah. Kyrie was champion for 71 days. So you got 2 months out of it.
Yeah, I don't think Candace is champ that long.
No.
I don't think that's
2
happening.
months is quite a while.
Yeah, but 71 days, if you look at it that way, it feels very short compared to other people.
I guess. I mean,
That isn't very great.
it's whatever
That
storyline
sucks.
you want to create.
Kyrie should have been champion longer than that, I think, in my opinion. Now, is that on her first title reign or her second one? Because she's a two-time women's champ. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, she is. Is she?
R-Truth won the 24/7 title 15 times in 71
I thought she
days.
was a two-time champ, but I feel like they keep saying that Shayne is the only two-time women's champion. Did Kyrie win it twice?
I don't know.
Kyrie.
Then we get Cameron Grimes versus Raul Mendoza.
Raul. Say it right.
Raul.
Raul Mendoza.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, it isn't.
Raul Mendoza.
Whatever.
Um,
Let's look here.
again, the Cameron Grimes thing. Shayna's second reign is 332 days.
No, she needs to drop it like now. She can't beat Asuka's.
Yeah.
Don't let her do it. That involves her being champion for another
Yeah,
long,
but think
long
about that. She
time.
still has, 170 days. she
Kyrie
has to
lost
keep
both
it.
the rematches because one of them was at... Was it at Evolution? Or was that when she dropped the title? I don't remember. Let me look. Hold on. I'm looking.
You're not reading fast enough.
I'm looking! Jeez. Blah, 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 blah. Satan was able to beat Baszler for the NXT Women's Champion.
dropped
First
the
time in her
title
career. On
at
October...
Evolution.
Yeah, she dropped the title to... Yeah. Yep. I knew that. I did know that. I've watched Evolution about 1 million times. I did know that. And then she lost... Yeah.
She lost the first rematch at War Games.
Oh, cool. I thought you were reading over my shoulder.
No, I'm just psychic.
No, it wasn't Matt. He told you.
Keep feeding me information, Matt, while her eyes are down. Kyrie lost her second rematch on her final NXT match.
Yeah. Because then she wasn't allowed to fight for the championship anymore.
Anything about Candace tonight?
Nope.
No. There was nothing.
Nothing aside from the fact that she gets to fight for the
gets Shayna next
championship
week.
next week.
Yeah.
So, should be fun.
Just the stuff we already knew.
Anyways, moving on.
Cameron Grimes, Raul
Raul Mendoza.
Was
Say
that
it right.
better?
Yes, Raul.
Raul.
It's not Raul. That's like Paul.
I didn't say
but yeah.
Raul.
Yes, you did.
I said Raul.
No, you didn't. The first time you said it, you said
Whatever.
Raul.
Even though Io is the one who cost her the match.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, that would have been where it, developed into their hatred for each
Yes.
other. Except they didn't.
Cameron Grimes, Raul Mendoza. I thought it was a decent match.
I did too. So is Cameron Grimes supposed to be an outlaw then? Is that a gimmick? Did I finally figure it
I
out?
told you.
I still don't know what that means.
Skinner.
I don't know what that means.
What was Skinner?
I don't know.
He was a southern guy that, was, disliked. That was
I
a
hate
bad
Vince
guy.
for taking that from us.
Yes.
Use. Use is fine too.
Yeah.
Use.
I think Cameron Grimes is Skinner.
I agree. I didn't care for the Cameron Grimes match.
I thought it was decent.
I think I figured out what his character is. I think he's supposed to be an outlaw. I think he's supposed to be like, I'm running from the people. Except I'm going to beat you up if you come in my way, but I'm going to then run from you.
I don't think he's running from the people.
Well, that's what I get from it.
He's like a
I
southern
think I'm
rock
just
star.
making things up at this point. Because I don't know what his character is.
It's a southern rock star type thing.
A Southern rock star, okay.
Leonard
Got it.
Skinner.
Southern
Check him
rock
out.
star.
You'll get what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Okay.
I know what he is.
All right.
I'm not stupid.
All right. I enjoyed his first 5-second squash match. That was more.
Ah! I
I
don't
don't know. This wasn't bad.
disagree.
I thought this was decent.
I think we all knew he was winning.
Yeah.
Because I think he's not going to lose for a while.
Yeah.
So he won. Awesome.
Yeah. So
after
Cameron
that,
Grimes wins, and then we get the
Adam
Adam
and
Cole
Matt
versus Matt Riddle
next week
announcement.
for the
because
championship.
we didn't know that match was happening, so they had to
We
tell
had
us
no
that it was
idea.
happening.
No idea at all.
I was totally shocked that they put this match together.
Then, in the main event, we got Kushida and his 2 mystery partners versus the 3 members of Imperium, minus Walter.
Yes.
So, well, the 4 members of Imperium.
I was excited when Breezango came out.
I wasn't. I was kind of hoping for somebody not them. I don't know who I was hoping for. But I wasn't expecting them, nor did I hope it was them. I was kind of let down. I was like, oh, yes, they're letting them go last. It must be somebody good, right? It's gotta be somebody so good.
And then you were let down.
And then it was Breezango. And I was like, I was kind of hoping it was
Your world came tumbling
somebody else.
down.
Like, I really was. It sucked.
I don't.
It was just an odd pairing.
Why
I
they
wasn't
did this,
expecting
I have no
Breezango.
clue.
I thought it was going to be somebody big. Like they brought Nakamura down to NXT to fight with him, or they brought
Well,
somebody else. I don't even know, but just anybody but Breezango. Not that there's anything wrong with Breezango, but like,
I just don't see them.
what?
Thoughts on Austin on SmackDown next week?
I don't know what they're going to do with him. Does he get attacked by the... Never mind. He can't get attacked by the Fiend. Or could he?
Oh, he could, but I don't think he's going to. I think it's more about,
For what?
He's going to hammer somebody. Did I hear you all right? Shayna is going to drop the title. That's music to my ears. James, I think she's going to drop the title, and then she's going to go beat Becky.
I was thinking Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. I wasn't. I don't
See,
know.
I thought it might be one of, guys from NXT UK.
When I heard the sirens, I just thought Scott Steiner.
Yes, Scott and Rick Steiner, I thought they were coming out.
I don't even know.
The
who I
Varsity
thought.
Club was coming out to help out Kushida.
Like, I just don't even know. Only because that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I thought definitely they'd have someone from NXT UK coming over to help out with Kushida, and then we get Breezango.
British strong
style
style.
made sense.
Yeah, it made sense
Yeah.
to fight them against. Yeah.
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 Shane McMahon is beating Owens, and I can't wait for Maven's.
No, he's not. He can't. He physically can't. Okay, they're putting it on the debut of Fox. He can't win. They're setting themselves up for failure there, too.
Yeah, I don't think you can. I don't.
People are going to be angry.
But it may draw people back next week if they go.
No.
Shane McMahon will be back, and he's gonna fight. No Way Jose.
No, I don't care. I wanted Shane off my TV. I don't care who
I didn't
called
call
what.
that.
I don't care who called what.
You called the Breezango? Oh, the Shane McMahon beating Owens?
No, he called the Shane McMahon on
Oh, got
being
you.
on Fox.
Got you.
I don't know, man.
More people knew who Shane is than Owens. Well, that's
Is
good,
that
just 'cause
really
Shane-
true, though?
Yeah, probably.
Is that really true, though?
Well, think about it. Shane McMahon, the McMahons have been out there since,
It doesn't matter.
wrestling
It
started.
doesn't matter.
Well, it does matter.
Kevin Owens is, like, known around the world. He was somebody else before he was Kevin Owens.
Yes.
People know who he was before that.
That's why they didn't know him.
So, I don't know. Kevin
he
Owens
changed
is
his
over right now. Kevin Owens is a big deal.
If you watched wrestling 20 years ago, see?
Kevin Owens is the big thing right now. You have to have him win. If you don't,
We're having a new era after the draft, so yeah.
I think they have to have Shane lose. Shane has to disappear, or people are going to disappear. And it's not going to be people backstage. It's going to be the fans.
I think it depends on what they do with the storyline.
I think no matter what you do with the
I think it
storyline,
depends on what they do with the storyline.
Shane is going to screw with the show. And it's not going to be good.
I think it depends on what they do with the storyline.
The combination of Shane still being there and Brock Lesnar as your WWE champion, oh, Fox is doomed.
Doomed, she tells you. They are dead. Fox is over. The channel will disappear. Shane McMahon is 49 years old and will be in a ladder match.
Yeah, he better get killed in that ladder match.
Yes.
Figuratively.
Sorry, Shane just might win, and we have to deal with Shane on my TV. Seth versus Brock at Survivor Series again?
No.
Yes. I'm pretty pumped about it.
But we're dropping the title to the Fiend, so...
anytime Brock...
So it'd probably be Fiend versus
anyone
Brock
fights, I'm just excited about.
Mm-hmm. Would the Fiend make that better? Probably not. No,
Depends
not
on what
really.
they're going to do with it.
They would have to have the Fiend beat Brock, and if they don't, well, they're stupid.
Disqualification.
No, well, they'd just be stupid.
No, they'd have Brock.
They would be straight up
They would
stupid
have Brock
to have the Fiend lose to Brock.
They would have Brock F5 him 17 times,
And
the
he
Fiend
just
keeps getting
stands
up.
there. I mean,
Yeah.
Actually, I'd kind of be okay with that. Just to show how much the Fiend can go through, and it still doesn't make a difference. You're going to lose anyways.
Yeah.
So
Fiend
I'd be
versus
okay
Beast
with
is
it,
a
but,
way to
no, not
happen.
really.
Well, and I don't even think you need a title match for it. I think just,
No, it's not going to be a title match.
Fiend versus Beast would be awesome.
It's going to be title versus title, as far as we know, unless they change the rules for Survivor Series.
Well, okay, but, they're going to have to change rules. I'm sorry.
It's going to be brand versus brand.
Okay, but okay, whatever.
At least that's what supposedly I would figure it's going to be, because that's what it's been the last 3 years or whatever.
Okay.
So it's going to be brand versus brand. So there will be no title on the line. Yeah, that's what it's saying, if they do brand versus brand.
I'm cool with brand versus brand. It's as long as they don't do, crossover on SmackDown and crossover to Raw.
Yeah. So, anyways, Kushida and Breezango versus Imperium. Kushida?
I think Survivor Series should be one where they don't put the titles up.
No, it's not going to
And
be.
you just do brand versus brand. And then there's no changing, changing from SmackDown to Raw or Raw to SmackDown.
Yeah. So, Kushida rolls up one of them in a small package, and they get pinned.
Yes.
So, Kushida gets the win for this team. After that, Kushida's leaving. He's all excited.
They did that last year.
And he gets beat down by Walter.
Yes.
Like a straight up kick.
Outside of the Cruiserweight title, which seems like
Yeah.
it's always on the pre-show. Just get rid of the pre-show.
He straight up gets a kick to the face, and then he's just laying there.
Dead.
Yes, he's dead. Physically dead.
Pretty sure he's dead.
And,
The Fiend will not lose to the Beast.
no, he can't.
The only way
Or
the
it
Fiend
screws
is
him
losing
up.
is if he gets a disqualification.
No, which I don't see happening.
Or there's outside interference.
Which, again, I don't see happening. Maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't really see it happening. I think he has to beat the beast
This is why I think
clean.
can't pay me back to take a kick to the face from Walter. Can't pay me to take a kick to the face from Walter.
You can't pay me either.
Maven versus Shane at Mania. We're working on that match. We're trying to get it done, Scott. It's not working out well.
Yeah, we're working with our, trying to pay off the McMahons.
Yeah.
With our millions of dollars of Monopoly money.
Yeah.
Our Monopoly money. If you haven't tried it, you should. It'll bribe a McMahon into nothing.
Yeah. We're working on it.
You
It's
can't bribe a
just,
McMahon with Monopoly money, but we are trying.
taking some time.
The announcement for that match, hopefully, we'll have it by Survivor Series, maybe by Royal Rumble, hopefully, and then you guys get couple week build. Maybe I show up on SmackDown.
I'd pay you all to kick Vince below the belt.
Maybe I, show up on Raw.
The only Hell in a Cell is the Fiend winning. He doesn't. I don't understand why, because he doesn't need the championship. I think it would be better if he's not the champion.
Whoa. Matt's about to argue this. I can feel it coming.
I know.
Have
but
you
I
read
don't-
his thing on Twitter?
Are you buying WWE 2K? Yes, we are going to buy WWE 2K20, and we will start putting videos out with WWE 2K20 matches. And we may put our little twist on how we think should go, how we think things should go in WWE.
Okay, but anyways, Matt's about to argue this. He's about to argue why the Fiend. What's the difference between the Fiend and Becky? You did not read his article on Twitter. You should have. I think I showed it to you, maybe.
Yeah.
But I can feel it.
The Fiend does not need it. Hot take: Rey Mysterio is winning next week.
I'm curious.
for all
What
of
did
the
I say
Fiend
on
still
Twitter,
happens.
Maven? Well, I don't even remember how far back it was from. It might have been from recently. I don't know. But it was like there was like a typed up thing, and you put it on Twitter. I think it was you, and it was about the Fiend and Becky and how is it any different? And I don't know. I think that was it.
Are y'all going to get the deluxe or the standard?
Probably deluxe.
Yeah, probably because
It'll come with extra stuff.
We want to get everything that comes with it when we do it.
Hot take: Rey Mysterio is winning next week. Rollins versus Fiend still happens. Hot take: that's a load of hot garbage. Oh, I know what you were talking about. Yeah, see?
Matt forgot about it.
Well, I remembered.
I know.
Because I knew he was going to argue this. I knew one of these times when he came in here, he was going to argue this. And we're going to be like, no, two completely different things. And he was going to be like, no, it's totally not. And we were going to be like, yeah, it totally is. And he's going to be like, no, it totally is not. Or, yeah, it totally is. Or whatever. You know what I mean? So, I knew it was coming, but he forgot about it. And I remembered. I was all ready to go, dude. I was ready to go.
I sent it.
Yep, that's it. I screenshotted it too. I saved it on my phone and I showed it to you after. And I was like, bro.
That's funny.
No. Would anybody like to hear what it says?
Read it so everybody knows what it says.
What we're talking about. Okay. I need to put my reading glasses on here. I think it's time for me to say this. People complaining that it's... Whoa. I should learn how to read. I think it's time for me to say this. People complaining that it's too soon for the Fiend to get the title match or win the title. I want to ask you, where were you when Becky Lynch got this new character and at the same exact pay-per-view got a title match and won the title? Why is that not an issue? Why? Because it's Becky Lynch? I'm sorry. I love me some Becky Lynch. But why does she get a pass when she really didn't do anything to get a match at Hell in a Cell with Charlotte last year? All she did was attack Charlotte after the match, and it somehow handed her a title match. Now go to Bray Wyatt, and we are in the same situation with Bray. He attacks Seth Rollins after his match. He gets the title. People are pissed. Becky became the hottest thing in the company because she beat up a Flair. Wyatt came up with his own creation. We are 6 months in with the Fiend, and he is now the hottest thing in the company. So please tell me what's the difference between Becky getting a title and Bray getting a title shot.
I will tell you the difference right now. Becky needed the title. The Fiend doesn't.
Two different things.
Becky needed the title to get over and be big. The Fiend doesn't need the title to get over and be big.
There you go.
That is the difference. Thank you very much.
I don't know. I think I
don't think the Fiend needs a title. In fact, I think if anything, it hurts him.
I agree. She was already over by beating up Charlotte, who people hate.
But to keep everything going, Becky had to have the title.
But the thing was, she didn't...
Because her character... Her character...
She did get set back because they were trying to turn her heel, but people loved it.
And the thing is, with Becky, to keep her out there, on the women's side, you have to have the title.
You had to.
Or be somehow involved in a the title run. Where this Fiend character... He doesn't have to be involved in any type of title shot, title match, anything with the title to be out there and have people wanting to see him.
Yeah.
Where I think as Becky, at the time, her character is big because of what she did. But in order to keep her there, they had to give her the title. Mm-hmm. Where, like, the Fiend, he will be big if he comes out and attacks Eric Bischoff next week.
Yeah. Now watch when he wins the title, the same people complaining will pop and cheer that the Fiend is champion. Probably. That's the way it goes.
I will go, okay, he's the champion. I mean, so what? He doesn't need it.
Everybody, if he becomes champion, everybody knows it's coming.
I don't think...
We all know it's coming because he is too big right now to not win the championship.
Well, because of the way WWE does things. I mean, but again, he's not one that needs... It's like The Undertaker. The Undertaker never, ever needed the title to be big.
No. He was just the Undertaker.
His character was big enough.
When you knew the Undertaker
we talk
was
about
coming
people
around,
getting
he had
over
a big match.
and how WWE has held people back from getting over. I think if anything, WWE is going to hurt The Fiend by giving him the title.
I agree.
I think that The Fiend gets over because of the fact of who he is, and he doesn't need the title to be over, to be big.
Here we go, Maven turning on Becky, quote from Jim Ross. Why? What? How am I turning on Becky?
Well, I think the fact that you kind of agreed that Becky needed the title.
She did need the title.
Yeah, I agree.
stay relevant.
To stay relevant, she had to have the title.
She wouldn't have been where she was. She would not have been put in the position if she had not won the title. Almost, 6 months later?
Here's the thing with The
SummerSlam
Fiend.
is like 6 months from
You can-
WrestleMania, right?
Yeah. You can have
From like August to March.
The
Somewhere
Fiend
around there.
lose. The Fiend can lose. The Fiend can lose matches and still be big. If have him, it's like the Undertaker losing matches. The Undertaker would lose a match, and then he would either just lay there, and then you'd be going, oh no, crap, that's not good. But then he would sit up, and everybody's like, whoa, yeah, the Undertaker is back,
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's a similar thing with The Fiend. You could do things where he could lose a match, and then pop back up, and everybody's going, whoa. It's like when he was curb stomped, everybody's like, oh crap, he get curb stomped. And he hops right back up, and I just think that The Fiend does not need the title.
I agree. But I also never said The Fiend needs the title, but in my opinion, the title needs something like Bray. But The Fiend is not the Undertaker. They have similar characters.
The Fiend is not the Undertaker.
He's not the Undertaker, but he gets the same reactions that Undertaker would.
He can go out on his own and be big. I mean, as far as the character itself, without having to have a title shot, without any type of title shot, he doesn't need to have a championship around his waist to be big.
No. If anything...
Not many wrestlers can do that.
Anything, like you said, Matt, the championship needs him. For the championship to stay relevant, it needs to be put on him.
I don't think so either.
He is the most relevant thing in the company.
I think you hurt the title if you put the title on him.
Okay, I take that back. I feel like it's kind of 50-50.
What's anybody else
going
saying?
to
James,
hurt the title.
Anybody that's in here? Hey, how you doing, Anthony? We're having a discussion about The Fiend and whether he should be, the champ. Get the championship. And I said that The Fiend doesn't need the title, basically because he's similar to The Undertaker in the fact that his character himself, we talk about wrestlers becoming bigger than WWE and getting over with the fans. The Fiend is getting over with the fans. And this is without the title, and I think The Fiend will continue to get over with the fans as long as they continue down this path. Now, they give him the title, and I think that changes. No one wants to see The Fiend with the title. Seth retains and Becky retains.
That's coming from James, who hates
The Fiend.
No,
now, I don't. The thing is, he can retain. I don't think he needs the title. I mean, that's what the Universal title picture is now embraced with The Fiend involved. Well, it is, but I don't think he needs the title.
I think yes and no.
I think the one issue you have is
my yes and no. I think The Fiend doesn't need the title. The title kind of needs The Fiend to stay.
DQ finish.
It can't though because it's in Hell in a Cell. So it can't end in a disqualification. That doesn't count.
When I said that something would happen,
that still doesn't work.
The ring would blow up or something.
It doesn't matter.
And they'd go, oh, this is a no match because the ring blew up.
I suppose they could, but I don't see that happening. I see The Fiend straight up winning the title, and that's the way it is. But I think the championship kind of needs Fiend because The Fiend is the most relevant thing in the company right now. He's the biggest thing. He's the most out there. The championship really isn't. Since Brock held it, he tarnished the championship, so nobody really looks at it the same. So I think if you put the belt on Fiend, I think it could help put it out there more.
I
also think that the Fiend is going to be bigger than the championship.
That's why I don't
So
think
that would also
he
be
needs
part
it,
of the
which I think
problem,
hurts
which
it.
won't help the belt.
And if
So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is.
giving him the title, I don't think helps him. I don't think it helps the title. In fact, like I said, I think it hurts the title.
I agree.
Because somewhere
I agree,
along the way, you're going to have to get someone.
I agree. Well, somebody's going to have to.
Someone is going to
work
have
up
to get bigger
to
than the Fiend
defeat him,
to take the title.
to beat him, to take the exactly. And
And
they don't have anybody.
unless they have somebody that's really charismatic and can pull off a character.
They don't have anybody right now.
Which right now they haven't turned anybody loose and have anybody that's even close to what he's doing.
Does anybody think there is anybody right now, if the Fiend won the title, that could possibly take the title off of him down the line? Does anybody think there is one person? The Demon isn't around enough. They don't do him enough to do that.
Simple, him will build up Aleister Black to beat the Fiend. Again, I don't think.
But without building
the
them
problem
up,
is I mean, I think you could build Aleister Black up, but I don't know if he's going to get as big as the Fiend, and I don't think they're going to let him get over as big as the Fiend.
No.
I don't think they're going to let him get over. The Fiend got over. He got over on his own, and he found a way to get over in a time where WWE doesn't let people get over. Which is why I think it's going to be difficult if you give him the title. It's going to be difficult because he's bigger than the title. Right now, he is bigger than the title. The title is not important for him.
All I care about is Becky. Okay, James. That's cool.
And I get they'll probably put it on him. And why? I don't know. Because, again, he's bigger than the title. Because the title hasn't meant much.
No, they put it on Brock, and as I said, it tarnished it.
I personally don't believe that the title really means anything other than just someone carrying around a belt. Wins and losses don't mean anything.
Honestly, Braun versus Bray is going to be the title match for Mania. They can change that between then and now. There might be reports of that's what they're planning on for right now, but that doesn't mean anything. And I don't know if they could pull that off.
How you doing, Jared?
How's it going?
We are talking about the Fiend and whether, I'm saying that he's bigger than the title, so he doesn't need the title. If you hadn't heard any of this.
They kind of set it up.
I agree. I think they set up the Braun Raid match coming up, down the road.
I think that you can do it at Mania.
Well, where are you going to do it?
That doesn't scream. Right now, I know they haven't built anything up. Nothing is set into stone.
No.
And personally, to me, I don't think that is like a main event for a WrestleMania.
Braun versus Bray?
Yeah.
I think there's a storyline there that you could make it a main event.
I think they could, but as it stands
well, it doesn't matter. I think, do you guys have Facebook? If so, I have a club called Movie Fans Worldwide 2.0. Do you want to add all your shows to my group? Currently, we do not have anything going on Facebook. We talked about it. We've looked at some other options and stuff. So maybe that down the road, that might be something we look at. I'll take a look at it.
I don't know. I don't think, for me personally, I don't know if I'd be interested in Bray versus Braun at WrestleMania for like a main event.
Well, it's one of those things that, it's...
They will have to build it, and I understand that. But
I think Bray is so creative that he can make the titles mean something. Maybe Bray wants the title to mean something while it's on him. I think Bray, I don't want to, Bray is creative. I think he does a good job. I think what they do with him is awesome. But I think the fact that this character that he's portraying right now, I do not think needs the title. I think it hurts the title more than anything, just because of the fact.
Well, I have a question. What is his reason to going after the title?
I don't think there is a reason.
Exactly. There has never been a set reason as to why he wanted the title. I understand.
CM Punk like title reign. They
kind of, dare I say, are we ready for the Wednesday Night War 2?
I would say that AEW's got to show me something.
But so does NXT.
NXT has to show me something with a live show.
Yeah. I think the last 2 weeks, last week I think was good, and I think it was a good first show. This week I think it was more, I don't know. I don't want to say it was like not as good, but it was kind of like not as good, you know? It wasn't as interesting or like as intriguing as NXT's have been.
No.
And next week they're going to have to really step it up.
Yeah, I think both will have to step it up next week.
I think NXT really has to step it up, though, because AEW does have a couple, like...
Well, and I think
they're crowning their women's champion.
The issue is not next week. It's going to be down the road, you know.
No, it is.
2
But
months from now.
Next week is AEW's first show.
So to be fair, nowadays no one on Raw or SmackDown gives reasons why they want the title. Oh, I agree. I don't think they have to have a reason why they have want the title. I think the title, you have to... The story will tell itself why they need the title.
But the thing is
With
like,
Bray,
there have been people that have had reasons as to why they want to go after the title. We can look at the Randy Orton and the Kofi Kingston storyline. I understand this goes way back.
But the thing is, you want to be the
and
best.
And they had
you
a previous storyline made. And I understand that. I get that too. But they had a story there because of something they previously did.
And I don't get a sense that... this is why I don't... I mean, you're kind of saying why I don't think that it's important for Bray or The Fiend to win the title is because of the fact that he doesn't need it to get over.
There's no reason
for him. He doesn't need it to become big. He doesn't need it to draw eyes to anything. And it's like, why does Cedric want the U.S. title or why does Ali want the IC title? Again, it's a different thing because right now I think their characters, they want to be a champion. I don't think... With the Fiend's character,
they're so new, and neither guy has ever been like.
No, but it's not even about that. It's the fact that I don't think that.
Well, they're so new. It like they want to.
How about y'all give Charlotte some credit? Enough for the Fiend.
Yeah, Charlotte is awesome. I love them.
James is gonna turn us off here in a minute. I'm sick of this Fiend talk. No. I just don't think that the Fiend doesn't need to be a champion.
I agree.
To be big, to get over.
I agree.
And he doesn't need to put the belt on his shoulder and go, hey, look at this, I got a trophy.
No,
He's got a trophy.
I almost don't want to see that. I don't want to see him carry around the belt.
I saw his wall last week. He's got his trophy on his wall.
I would like, you know what? I kind of would like to see it maybe pinned up in the funhouse. That could be interesting if he just pins it to the wall of the funhouse and it doesn't leave there.
And then he just comes to the ring without it?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, if he has a match at a pay-per-view and it's for the title, he can bring it with him. But I don't know how that's going to work with his entrance, though. Because he's got, like, his severed head thing. Like, there's a lot that goes into this, guys. A lot of thought process.
Well, I disagree because Ali months ago was saying he was wanting the title. Well, I think Ali would have had a shot at the title.
Well, I heard an idea about that.
And I think because his...
Okay, lay it on us.
His injury, I think, hurt him and
it
cost
did.
him.
I think he was winning the title.
I think he was going to...
He was winning the title.
Well, if he wasn't, he was going to get a big shot.
No, if he wasn't winning the title at Elimination Chamber, then I think he was going to go on to have the Kofi storyline and be like the WrestleMania underdog. And he was going to win it at WrestleMania. And it would be like the comeback kid.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't have anything to come back from, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose so. If he didn't win it at, if he didn't win it at Elimination Chamber, I think it was like the comeback kid type of story where he wins it at Mania.
Yeah.
He was going to have that. That got taken away from him because of his concussion. And he couldn't wrestle. Which sucks. Because I think he would have made an excellent WWE champion. I would have been very interested to see what they did with him.
Yeah.
Because he's so new and he's so different and, so, out there. You know, he's, we haven't had... I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's just, different. I don't know. He's, so new.
Well, yeah, I agree.
And, to see somebody come up that quickly and, come from 205 Live to then get a huge title shot like that and win it, I think would have been, huge. Huge for him. Huge.
Funhouse Bray has the original Universal title, and the Fiend will have a screwed up version of the Universal title and drags it like he does Lantern.
I saw somebody on Twitter, they had a video of the Fiend title where it had let him in, scratched in. It was a customized title, his own title. It had a box where the Fiend was there, and then it was kind of let him in was written in tiny print, where instead of the pebbles or whatever it is, all over the belt, where it would be kind of leathery, it was let him in, written. And then it was the big let him in logo, across the strap. And then it said the Fiend on the bottom. And it was the WWE Championship, but it was really cool.
Yeah. And now here is where I would be cool with Bray winning the title. If he came out as Bray.
Which they're not going to do.
No. But you keep them two separate characters because that's the way Bray treats it.
Yes.
And having Bray win the title and then do some storyline where he's going, he keeps talking to me, you know, some weird storyline where the Fiend has been talking to me and doesn't want me to keep the title or something weird, you know. I could see, you know, I would rather see it that way, and I know that they're not going to put Bray in a match, which I think that they're being dumb because you could do a storyline with this where you have two different characters going, the same guy, and could make this interesting.
Yeah. Speaking of Funhouse, did y'all notice that when Bray hung the picture on the wall, it was blacked out on Twitter? Liv Morgan's picture on Twitter right now is blacked out too, and so could be Abby Lidge. Yeah. I did notice that the last photo that he hung up was just a, like, black sheet. Like, it was a picture frame, but it was just black. And then if you go to Twitter and look at Liv Morgan's account, all of her stuff is blacked out, too. Which is interesting.
Again, I think
and maybe she shows up at Hell in a Cell.
Another reason I want to see this because I want to see who is man enough to challenge the Fiend for the title. I mean, I get that. But I think
I don't think there are going to be many people that are going to be able to be taken seriously as competitors for the Fiend, because you know they're not going to win.
Think about, you know, champions of the past, okay? You've always had someone that was as big as the person that had the title.
I want Liv Morgan to be the Harley Quinn
to the Fiend's Joker. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. I agree. That'd be cool.
I think that I lost my train of thought. Another reason I want to see is the man enough thing. I think the issue you have is nobody. I mean, Drew McIntyre would be good, but you have to push him and get him over.
I agree with that.
And you have to change his character.
Yeah.
And you have to allow him to become big enough.
Yeah.
Because if he's not allowed to become big enough, I don't think it makes any difference.
No, there is most of the time when Fiend is defending his championship, you will not be able to take the competitor that he's facing seriously because you know they're not going to beat him. You know they're not going to. If they are not built up properly, if they don't look strong, it doesn't matter.
I 100% get I don't care who I'm fighting, the Fiend, the Devil, whoever I'm fighting. The problem is getting them over enough with the fans
to...
Whether it's people just totally hate them, and I mean legitimately hate them. They're a legitimate heel. Not a lot of this stuff we have now. Okay? Or people love them.
Mm-hmm.
And I just do not see, at least right now, and it may change if WWE turns some people loose, I do not see it happening as of right now.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Harper, Rowan, and Strowman, I don't think should be in the new Wyatt family, no. I 100% agree. You can't bring them back in.
No.
I think you have to let them go. Now, I think you can do a storyline with them. Kind of like what they're kind of hinted at with Braun and Bray for now. I think you could do a storyline with that.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can bring them back into the family.
Agreed.
In fact, you could do a storyline where
I would have said Rollins. Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, I think you could do a storyline where Bray goes after all three of them because they were part of the family, and now he sees them as traitors. Which could be the angle they're taking with Braun and him. Yeah.
Well, they could do the old Wyatt family.
CM Punk on Conan O'Brien. Is he talking wrestling?
They could...
Like he's on right now?
They could do the old Wyatt family with Braun kind of as, like, the leader type situation versus, like, the new Wyatt family.
Yeah.
But, like, the Fiend's family.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know how that would all go down just because I think it's going to be different, and I think there is going to be, like, I think Liv's going to be involved, and I think it's going to be, like, different.
The new Wyatt should be Liv Morgan, Damian Priest, and Ascension. I'd be cool with that.
It would get the Ascension to do something, which would be nice.
I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know that you need to have... I mean, I think putting together a family and, like, having them under the control of Bray Wyatt would be cool. But I also think... it would be cool if they would have Wyatt... have Bray Wyatt fight.
I will be sleeping. Me too.
Later, I will be sleeping. Oh, got you.
Me too.
Gives both Liv and Ascension something meaningful. Yes, I agree. I think if anything, that helps them out.
I agree.
It makes them more relevant than what they are now.
I agree.
Which, would be kind of cool.
Smart.
And the cool thing is, I think you do this before Halloween, and then you could tie it into Halloween.
I hated Kofi's promo last night.
Yeah, I didn't like it either. It was kind of weak, I thought.
I just don't care.
They could have made it way better.
I just don't care. He's dropping the title to Brock. That's the way it is. It sucks. They shouldn't do it. I've gone on and on about this for the last 2 weeks. It's stupid. It's absolutely dumb. We know it's happening. Kofi stands no chance, so Kofi doesn't need to say anything at this point. You can't convince us at all that you're going to win, because you're not. It's the way it is.
Yeah.
So just stop while you're ahead.
I agree.
Because it's not worth it.
Yeah. I know why they're doing Crown Jewel on Thursday and not Friday.
Why?
Why are they... Yeah. Probably something to do with some religious thing or something.
SmackDown? Because SmackDown's on Friday.
Could be, yeah. Yeah, makes sense.
I don't know how we're going to do that then, because you have school.
Yeah.
And, yeah. You have school, and it'll be on at, like, 1 or 2 in the afternoon, so...
I have to check, because we don't...
And it's Halloween.
The kids don't have school Friday, but I think I do.
It's not... Halloween isn't Friday, though.
No, it's a Thursday.
Exactly, and that's when Crown Jewel is.
Yeah.
And
But
so
I-
that's on at 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and so I don't know if you'll be here to watch it.
Yeah,
So
I
I
will
might
be.
have to watch it on my own, and then
Yeah.
we'd probably, I don't know, do a show after you get home from school, because then we have Halloween later that night and do trick-or-treating with the kids.
Yeah, we'd have to figure something out.
So, like, we might have a show, we might not.
Yeah.
It depends.
Question, do you like anyone's promo, just saying?
Yeah, I like Becky's promos. They're pretty good. They're always good.
The Fiend's promos. I like his.
They're going to fly to Saudi, then make it to SmackDown. That won't happen. I don't know what they're expecting. It's going to be like an all-women show or something, because there's
Yeah,
going to be a
don't-
lot of superstars gone. I would think. Except for the ones that won't go. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn,
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan,
You have enough wrestlers.
Aleister
You
Black.
could-
They won't send
the
him.
thing is, you could have a show.
You could, but if they're doing something stupid like a 50-man battle royal, then all your people are over there.
Well, you could pull in some Saudi people that, nobody knows and have them win it.
That doesn't happen like that.
Yeah, why not? Mansoor won.
Yeah, but he's an actual superstar on the
Okay.
NXT roster.
Well, and I'm sure that they have some sort of... They didn't just pull him out of the air. He came from Saudi
No,
Arabia.
he came
over
from
in that
one of the
area.
Saudi shows that they had one year when they had a tryout.
Yeah. So I'm sure that they have people over there that have tried out. They could put them out there. Well, the Fiend doesn't do the promo. Bray does. Yes, that is true.
Yeah, Bray's promos are pretty good too. But James will be like,
But the Fiend is in the promos.
he technically is. He goes,
Let's see who else does good promos.
Kofi just didn't answer what he.
I think Sami Zayn does a good job.
Of Brock challenging him. Yeah,
When they turn the Miz loose, I think he does pretty good promos.
agreed. There was some of his. He was too worried about Cole dancing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the interview.
Yeah.
Right there. Do you like my rendition of it? It was
Adam
beautiful.
Cole is fantastic.
Oh, yes, he does.
Yes. There's several. I think there's...
I think Johnny Gargano cuts a mean promo, too.
I was going to say, I think there's a few in NXT that do really good promos. I think that the Street Profits do a good promo.
Tommaso Ciampa, agreed. Ciampa also has good promos. Ciampa keeps posting these videos with his music layered over them, where he's like working out, and then he's like talking, and then he's like working out again. He's coming back.
Yeah.
Sometime soon.
Yeah, I figured.
Soon.
We kind of knew he was coming back sometime soon.
Yeah, but he's been posting these videos. I saw another one this morning.
My guy dog is snoring.
The old Nikki Cross in NXT
James,
was a great promo.
Did we put your guide dog to sleep? We're sorry. Or maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing we put your dog to sleep.
Maybe. Who knows?
The old Nikki Cross in NXT was a great promo. I think she still does good promos. I think she does a pretty good job with what she does. And I think she does I think because she understands her character.
John Cena. Yeah.
John Cena's not bad.
John Cena's okay. He's decent.
I wouldn't say he's one of the better promos.
Every 24/7 segment is pretty much a promo, right?
Yeah.
R-Truth.
Yeah, R-Truth does a pretty good job.
He's, like, hands down one of the best.
Yeah.
He just does an excellent job.
They're just trying as impactful as it was when she was Insanity.
Yeah.
Well, I think that the issue you have is her trying... If they change her character and make her more of an insane type character...
Stone Cold.
Yeah, Stone Cold does a good job.
Can't
Even
forget
now
Stone
he
Cold.
does a good job.
Rock. I think a lot of his promos now are unscripted. They just
Yeah.
let him go out there and say whatever
Yeah.
he wants.
So I mean, there's a lot out there.
AJ's had
Here's
some
the problem
decent
is
promos
we're going through all
recently.
these names, and a lot of them are like,
Kevin Owens.
you know, older wrestlers. I think Kevin Owens does a good job.
I think AJ's done good the last couple weeks.
AJ's has done decent the last
Since
couple
they
weeks,
turned
yes.
him heel, he's done well.
Yeah.
He has thrived as a heel.
Yeah.
I feel like Alexa's been doing pretty good at promos too. And I feel like I don't always say that about Shayna. Well,
I don't think Shayna's promos are
no.
real good.
I feel like she doesn't cut many promos as it is.
Well, I think the issue with Shayna is
She just gets in the ring and beats people up.
Yeah, but I don't get a sense, like, when she does her promos, I don't, like, feel it,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I just don't feel her promos.
Yeah.
I was going to say somebody else, and now I forgot who I was going to say.
Why is that Alexa? I think Alexa's been doing decent
Who was I gonna
the last
say?
couple weeks.
Velveteen Dream does a good job.
He does too. You know, I think all the members of Undisputed Era do a great job.
And that's what I said. A lot of NXT.
I really like
a lot of
Bobby
the wrestlers
Fish
in
and Kyle
NXT
O'Reilly.
do a
They
good
have.
job
I
with
wish they
promos.
would let them cut promos more often because they end up being very funny, and I just like them
Yeah.
a lot. So I wish they would let them cut promos more,
Yeah.
especially Kyle O'Reilly. He's pretty funny, and so I'd like to see
Tony
more.
Storm is pretty good.
Yeah, I think so. I think she's pretty good.
Yeah, she's solid.
I mean, I wouldn't say she's like in my like top like picks for who does.
Well, I
better
think one of
promos.
the, as far as that goes, like I said, there's a lot of NXT.
Give God.
There's a lot of NXT wrestlers
Yeah.
right now. So when you're starting to compare like Tony Storm and some of those people that are in NXT, you're comparing them to some of the better people that are doing promos in WWE right now.
Yeah.
So I think it makes it tough to, you know, because I think Tony Storm is decent. She's solid. I think just because you have so many others.
Heel Daniel Bryan.
I tell you what, Daniel Bryan, heel Daniel Bryan, non-heel Daniel Bryan, I think that they both do a good job of doing promos.
I'm glad that we're getting the regular Daniel Bryan back. Not gonna lie, I missed him. I want him to do the yes chance again.
I'm curious about how in the hell in the cell about Liv. Oops. Liv may just be Abby the Witch and help Bray.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think it's gonna happen.
Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman cuts good promos, but they're always the same thing, which makes me not like them.
Yeah, Paul Heyman's solid.
I just don't like the fact that all of his promos are the same now. You know?
Well, but I think also that's why it makes it so good.
Just because it is the same all the time?
Yeah, because he is proving a point and getting people to buy into what he's saying.
Okay. I guess.
Yes,
but I just
Movement
don't
has
like it.
returned. Put Asuka on Raw and put her with Heyman and have Heyman as her mouthpiece and make her a killer again. Yes, I think that'd be awesome. I would love to see him with Io.
If they call Io up, yeah, boy, oh
Him
boy,
with
she
Io would
needs
be
to
like
be on Raw. When Io gets called up,
Outstanding.
when she does, and if Heyman is still in charge, they need to put her on the brand that Heyman is on.
her character
They need to.
and what she has done with it, with Heyman talking, would be like awesome.
I didn't think about Io with Heyman. It'd be good. Nakamura with Heyman is another one that I think he could take him places.
I think so too, but I think I
really like Nakamura with Sammy though.
I was gonna say, here's the issue I have with Nakamura with Heyman. Because of Nakamura's, I feel his
Odd,
entrance,
wacky style.
yeah, his goofy.
I feel like pairing him with Sammy is the best.
Yes.
Because Sammy is kind of odd and wacky, and they kind of like balance each other out.
Yeah.
You know, like they're both weird.
And that's what I was
it's
gonna say.
like
I think
they balance out their weirdnesses. It's like two different levels of weird.
Yeah.
But they end up being leveled at the end. I like that.
I think
I wasn't a fan of the Sammy and Nakamura stuff at first, but I am now just because of what they've done with it, and I think it's very interesting and intriguing on where they could go with it. And like, I don't know, I just really like it now.
Yeah, I think the issue with Nakamura, like you said, is his awkwardness, his little quirky stuff he does. I don't see him and Heyman like meshing well together, but because Sami Zayn is kind of awkward and is well on the mic, I see them working out well. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and I am the client for the
Joshi Judas. Yo, Shirai! Yeah, can you just like imagine him saying that though?
Yeah. I think that
he's
him
gonna have
with
to
Io would be
memorize
awesome.
that like crazy. I would
Yeah.
totally screw that up. The Joshi Judas Io Shirai. I would completely bomb that. Did anybody notice tonight? Kathy Kelly, she was talking about the second hour of NXT and in a little interview segment. She was like, yeah,
I have an
and
idea.
we're gonna.
How about you tell Paul Heyman that face to face he may sick rock on you?
I want it now. Look what you did.
I think Io with Heyman would be awesome.
But no, with Kathy Kelly tonight, she got on the mic and she was talking about the second hour. And she was like, oh yeah, and you can go watch the second hour on the NXT WWE network. Might as well call it the NXT network. She screwed it up and I was like, man, oh man, you screwed that up big time. Ah, jeez. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, well, right now.
Kathy Kelly doesn't do that very often.
No.
It's probably because it's live TV and she was like,
yeah.
freaking out.
Yeah.
You know. So. But I thought it was funny. She screwed up.
Yeah. I mean, people mainly watch it for NXT and pay-per-views.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of it is.
Now it's just going to really be pay-per-views.
Yeah.
She's barely on TV. Yeah, exactly. I think that's part of it, too. First off, it's live. Second off, she's not on TV very often. Third of all, she isn't on TV. So she's not like a superstar.
No.
She's a backstage interviewer.
Yeah, and then you get thrown out there, and it's kind of one of those things that...
You're like, oh.
Yeah. And if you think about it, if you don't think about it and just go, I think you're
We're
cool.
we're live, pal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, jeez.
I think if you don't think about it and just go
Does
with it,
anybody remember, I think it was Psycho Sid who had a segment, and he was backstage, and they were interviewing him, and he totally bombed his lines. He was like, hang on, let me do this again.
He bombed his lines a couple times.
Let me do this again, and they were like,
We're live.
We're live.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
was like, well then.
Yeah.
Okay then, and I found a video on that the other day. I don't know why where I found it or why it came up, but it did. And then it was, oh geez, Southpaw Regional Wrestling will be one of the 2K original DLCs.
That's it.
Yeehaw! That should be fun. They got all the characters. That should be fun.
Yeah.
Should be really good.
I hope they give us like more room to download.
Download the content, the creator
The
content.
extra create content creators.
I'm half the man you are. I have half the brain you do. Ah, jeez.
Yeah, but that, I saw him mess up like several
I have
times.
half the brain you do.
So it's not like
Ah, jeez.
he botched a lot of interviews.
Good grief.
Love to see Sid versus Goldberg. Yeah.
I'm half the man you are. I have half the brain you do.
As long as Sid doesn't break his leg. You saw that video, didn't you?
No.
Where he broke his leg?
No, I didn't.
Oh, yeah, it was wicked.
When was this? Was it at like a pay-per-view or was it at like a Raw or something?
I think it
or like
was...
I'm gonna have to look it up now. Nash's
trying to remember.
Nash's expression
after that. Yes.
Jeez, I'm gonna have to look that up too, and I'm gonna have to watch a video.
What are you talking about?
I have half the brain you do.
Yeah.
It's like...
I'm half the man you are, and I have half the brain you. Yeah.
Do. It's like...
Like I said, that Sid messed up a lot of, like, promos.
I'm gonna have to look
I hope my career is longer this time.
Jeez.
Did you have to retire before James?
His career in WWE.
I know what he's talking about.
Okay.
WCW agreed 2001 Sid came off the top rope and landed and broke his leg coming down. Yeah, I couldn't remember what it was, but I remembered him breaking his leg. It's pretty wicked.
I love the fact that Psycho Sid's leg is like in the top.
The name of it, yeah.
In like the top.
Snapped
and
in
then
half,
they have
yes.
Mike mishaps.
It was wicked.
Mike mishaps
when
on
he did
WWE.
it,
Jeez,
I mean, it
okay.
wasn't like he like
Alright, I'm gonna have to watch
jumped
this real quick.
off like. Yeah, it is
It's
gross.
gross.
It wasn't like he jumped off like, it wasn't like an odd like landing like you would think it would be the way he broke
the
it.
video is about to load up. I'm gonna watch it while we're sitting here.
All right, we
It's
can
kind of like-
give you play-by-play, people. Sid jumps off. Oh, there goes his leg.
Oh, his leg is like. Oh, his leg is like in half. It's like dangling there. Oh, was that even his leg?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Oh, that was not good at all.
No,
Holy moly.
definitely not good.
I was like, oh.
I think he landed just right
Oh my
to
gosh.
have that happen.
Oh,
First
jeez.
off, how do you break your leg from just landing on that? I think if you look at it, it looks like he like landed with it kind of on the outside of his foot. And so when he landed, his weight pushed his leg to the left, and so it snapped. I mean, that's just kind of, looking at it, that's kind of what it looks like happened. I mean, he had to land it perfect to have it happen that way.
What would you call that promo that he did with whoever it was?
Just look up Sid bad promos or something like that. Of course, you'll probably get like 100,000 of them. The commentators didn't know what happened until Nitro the next night. Yeah, well, I mean, it'd be like, whoa. No, I just put it on the shelf just like 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Oh, gotcha, James.
Jeez. Oh, good grief. Was it like the Outsiders promo?
I don't remember which one it was. It might
Half
have
the
been.
brain. There it
There.
is.
That Sid promo was in Nash and Hollow on Nitro in 1999. I have half the brain you do. You're half the man I am, and I have half the brain you have.
Oh, jeez. Oh, good
And week
grief.
after week, you try to make me look bad. But you don't have to help, because I do it good myself.
Oh, Nash was so...
Yeah, their face, I love.
Scott
And
Hall was
Scott
just
Hall was just
laughing,
laughing.
and Nash was like...
And I'm sure everybody in the back's going, what?
the crowd...
What are you talking
The
about?
crowd, they were booing him.
Yeah.
And then
And
they
then he
were
says,
like...
I got half the brain you have, and then it's like, woo!
Oh, good grief. Oh, Psycho Sid. Man, oh man, it's a good thing you retired, because, jeez. It's a good thing they didn't bring him back for Raw Reunion, because he was set to come back, but then he declined the offer. He took the offer, but then declined the offer.
That's because he would have went, I'm half the man you are.
They should have had him recreate the promo he did.
And I have half the brain you have.
Is he retired?
I believe so.
I think so. If not, he should be. Because I don't know. I don't think anybody.
See, this is what we need to do. We need to have a night where we just pull up an old show and just talk about it.
Oh, good grief. Oh, that was funny.
I think we're going to
to
call it a night now that the dog alarm has gone off.
I'm half the man.
Funny.
You're half the man.
Funny. Very funny.
Oh, jeez.
We will be back next
Half
Monday.
the brain that you have.
The Monday night. With Raw, we'll have more info on what we're going to do and how we're going to do it as far as where we go from here with things changing as far as AEW, NXT. Sid, I think, had surgery, which is why he probably had surgery on his leg.
Or his brain.
Or his brain, one of the two.
So then he, actually had that half the brain.
Then he could come back and go, my
now
brain
I
is
really
fully
have
intact.
half. No, I was gonna say now I really have half the brain that you do.
Oh,
jeez, that was funny. I know that is hilarious.
we will be back Monday for Raw. Again, we'll give you an idea of what we're going to do next week with shows and things like that. Maybe he needs a visit from the Fiend.
Yeah, just re-break that leg.
The Fiend needs to let him in.
That would be something.
Or he needs to let the Fiend in. See, I'm speaking wrong. The Fiend doesn't let him in.
You've got the Psycho Sid bug.
Yeah. The Fiend will attack The Rock on SD next week. I'm calling it. Possible. Good night, James. Thanks for stopping in. We love doing the show with you guys. And everybody have a great rest of the week. Stay safe. Don't be like Jordan and get into a wreck.
No.
Obviously, he's not here tonight, but made an appearance last night. Stay safe. We'll be back Monday. We'll have more information on what we're going to be doing as far as when we're going to do shows and how we're going to do shows with lots of wrestling kicking off next week.
Yep. So, till
Different times, longer hours on network TV, and we will let you know.
So we will be back.
Yes, The Rock buried the Wyatts at Mania. Yes.
We'll be back.
We are out of here.
So
See you Monday.
Peace
Peace
out.
out. It does make sense, Matt.